Hello everyone and welcome to my channel once again. You're tuning in to Cry Me a River. Oh. Whoa, my face is gone. Alright, anyway. I just did this for Halloween because anyway, so let's get to the video. Today we're going to be working on or talking about I already worked on it. We're done with all that. Okay. So today it was about Nickelodeon and how they like to hire weirdos and creeps and predators and everything of that nature. Not just pedophiles, but, you know, what do you call it? Just straight up predators, because they didn't actually do anything to minors. They're just creeps to every female they worked with. So from what I'm noticing is, if you work in Hollywood, you know, most likely you've been sexually harassed by some creep that nobody wants to tell on. Anyway, so let's start with our first ones that we have. Let me turn this way because I always turn away from the camera for some reason. Okay, so first one is Ezell Ethan Channel, a temp production assistant at Nickelodeon Animation Studio, was arrested for molesting a 14-year-old boy after inviting him on a tour of the studio. So, actually, let me, I'm doing this all wrong. I have a whole file. Let's see. Do I have a picture? This is the man we is talking about. By the way, sorry. Let me zoom out a little bit. See, worked at Nickelodeon, convicted of molesting a child while at Nickelodeon. Okay. Next one, this guy is Chris Savano. I'm not sure how you say it. Don't have a picture of him. I could not find it anywhere. Anyway, dang it. That won't work. All right. Anyway, let's see if this one does. Okay, there we go. And so the next one was Chris Savano. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. Anyway, he created Loud House. Must be a show that was on Nickelodeon. I've never seen it. I stopped watching Nickelodeon around, I don't know, like 2005 or 6 or something like that. And I only briefly started watching it when my friends' kids did. Anyway, so he was fired by the network in 2017 following a sexual harassment allegations by a dozen women who worked with him. See, that's the kind of stuff that is probably constantly happening in Hollywood, but everyone wants to have a job and they don't want to say anything, and I don't really blame them so much. I'm sure that's probably something they tell you when you work in the industry. Anyway, it's kind of disgusting, but they need to change that. Jason Michael Handy, a Nickelodeon, here he is. So I guess I could go to this one, and I'm going to zoom in. And he was at Nickelodeon production, a Nickelodeon production assistant. Per LA Times reporting, court testimony revealed that during a taping of the TV series Cousin Skeeter, never seen it, so I don't know, Handy befriended a 9-year-old girl and began visiting her at her home. Creepy. On one occasion, while playing video games in her room, he repeatedly kissed her. He also emailed naked photos of himself to an 11-year-old, different child, he met on the set of another show, The Amanda Show. So, I don't know when Cousin Skeeter came out, or what. I don't know if that's the dude from Doug. Skeeter from Doug. But I don't know. Anyway, Amanda Show was on a long time ago. That's when I was a kid. I was watching this stuff, so, you know, that was a long time ago. Anyway, those are for all the other creepos that we got. And now we're going to go on to some of the other stuff. And then we're going to react to some of these things too as well. So, do I want to work on now? Sorry, I got a few people listed here. And I kind of was going to, I'm going to do John K. first. Creator of Ren and Stimpy, John K. Or John Eric Faluski. It's like Belushi, but Faluski. Alright. Anyway, also known as John K., is a Canadian illustrator, blogger, voice actor, and former animator. He is the creator of the 90s hit TV show Ren and Stimpy. Nickelodeon ended up firing him from Ren and Stimpy due to creative differences and his failure to meet production headlines. Okay, here's some, oh, darn it. Sorry, not all these pictures work. Here's another picture of him. I guess that's his collection of stuff in the background. Maybe it's things that he illustrated or something. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, in March 2018, former Spunko employee Robin Bird, weird name, right? Spunko. Robin Bird and Katie Rice claimed to BuzzFeed that John K. sexually harassed and groomed them while they were underage. Bird told BuzzFeed that in 1997 she was in a sexual relationship with John K. at the age of 16 and flew to California to live with him when she was 17. John was 42 at the time. Rice said John had flirted with her and made overly sexual comments towards her starting when she was 14 and sexually harassed her when she turned 18 and began working at his animation studio, Spunko. Rice and Bird saved documents from the years collaborating their story, and people he worked with referred to his sexual harassment as an open secret in the animation industry. He was also alleged that John K. had possessed, child disgustingness that starts with a P on his computer, and it was reported to police, but they couldn't do anything because of the statute of limitations had passed. In response, John K.'s lawyer confirmed that for a brief time, 25 years ago, don't want to make it like, oh, it was so long ago. Yeah, he was 42 still, don't matter. He had a 16-year-old girlfriend, but denied avid pursuit of Rice and or sexual harassment and or child, grossness that people were, I don't know. Anyway, due to the allegations, Comedy Central will not be involved in an upcoming revival of Ren and Stimpy show, nor will he receive any financial compensation. Cool. All right, now we're going to look at some of, okay, here's him and a young chick. I don't know who this girl is, but here you go, seeing he's looking at her because he's a creep. Anyway, and here's one, and this is Robin Bird and him, and I'm not sure what she's drinking, but, it definitely don't look like something a child should be drinking, so, there you go, and it looks like it might be Christmas or a birthday, so, let's see, and then, here's with him and Katie Rice, so we're gonna look at this real quick.
Hi! Hey, this is Katie Rice. She is one of the young artists I was telling you about who sought me out because she grew up watching Ren and Stimpy, right? Mm-hmm. So, Ren and Stimpy has a lot of specialists on it. Like we have people who draw manly, we have people who draw sensitive, we have people who draw sexy girls. Katie is the princess of sexy girl artists. Now I gotta tell you a little history because all through the 80s,
all right, I'm going to just stop it there because here's some of those sexy girl drawings he's talking about, and I'll zoom in a little bit. And they're not really, I wouldn't say sexy because, well, I'm not into young girls, but also because this is just inappropriate all the way around, especially in a children's cartoon, If you want to do something for adults, I don't care. But even depicting young girls instead of women is still much. But, that's some weird crap. Anyway, enough of him. Let's move on to, okay, yes. Brian Peck, who is a man who's been working in Hollywood or, Nickelodeon for way too long. So, I'm going to have to pause this because my dog, well, not my dog, won't stop crying, so. Okay, and I'm back, sorry. This is Brian Peck. He was an actor, producer known for The Return of the Living Dead. I don't have any clips of him in it. He is an X-Men. He is the guy when you go, okay, so when that one senator dude, I don't know, I haven't seen the movie in years. So when that one senator dude turns in like a fish water guy or something and he walks up on the beach and everyone's looking at him like, he's right there eating a hot dog right next to Stan Lee in the first X-Men United. Or is that the first one? Oh, X-Men 2, X-Men United. Maybe he's in both. I don't remember which one. I thought that was the first one. Anyway, I'm blabbering. So, let's see what else I got of Brian Peck's here. Let's see. Okay, here is his Brian Peck, a registered sex offender, right here. And so right here, let's go on to the, okay, so he's an actor. He was also an acting and dialogue coach, so he helped young actors mainly in, not just in, I mean, different all over Hollywood. He wasn't just Nickelodeon. He was somebody who a lot of people talk to about just different projects. Anyway, he's done voiceovers for shows. LA Times had a piece in 2002 on the cast of all that had to attend a two-week comedy boot camp, right? There was this girl who talked about it, said that Dan Schneider was there with Dan Schneider and Brian Peck, right? Daily Mail reported that Peck had been coaching a youngster in acting at his home, and the offenses happened, and was only arrested after the young actor's parents reported him to police. In 2001, Peck was originally charged with 11 counts including lewd acts on a minor, sodomy of a person under 16, attempted sodomy of a person under 16, sexual penetration by foreign object, 4 counts of oral copulation of a person under 16, oral copulation with controlled substance, sending harmful matter using minors for sex acts. After this time, he served and returned to his job. In 2006, oh wait, no, was that a different part? Okay. He returned to his job at Nickelodeon with open arms. Yeah, because they seem to just, I don't know if they do background checks then or they didn't for that reason, but this guy had to have been known, you know. There was no way that they didn't know. I don't know. You have a reputation. I mean, I'm sure they know if you rat someone out, but they don't know when you did something like that to a child. No, don't think so. Anyway, he also went on to work at Disney's channel, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and that was in 2006. Rumors are saying that Drake Bell was the minor that he got charged for. I don't know if that's true. I do not know. All I know is that it was a male child who asked to not to be said who he was, and that he was on the Amanda Show, and that he was a fairly big actor even at that time. So I'm just guessing. We don't know. And another good question people would like to know, or asked, and I had asked myself as well, but I saw it in Reddit, so I'm like, oh, of course I'm not the only one who thought that. But is Brian Peck related to Josh Peck? I doubt it, but that's, same spelling and last name. Anyway, so he was, saying it was Drake Bell. He got 16 months in prison at Nickelodeon. He worked on the Amanda Show and all that, but it was also at the Amanda Show that he took a 15-year-old child star back to his home for acting lessons. And in 2004, he took a plea bargain and was convicted of lewd acts on a minor and oral copulation with a person under 15. Brian Peck has also worked on Growing Pains with Leonardo DiCaprio. Okay, like I said, he's been on different things, but here's a little clip. Also, if you have not seen the movie An Open Secret, please go watch it, because it is great. It really gets into more of this stuff than I even am. Oh, this is just a picture. See how buddy, this is younger Brian Peck, so he's been doing this for years, right? Who knows how many victims. You know, so here we go.
That much, but you know, I had some teen.
I know we can show them our little drawings.
See how touchy and weird?
You see them? We draw drawings of each other. Brian is the famous
feel
artist,
very
and we
comfortable.
always make fun of each other and portray each other in silly, satirical ways.
Leo's job on this set, for some reason, is to make fun of me all day long.
Okay, so here we have Robert De Niro, right there. See Robert?
From
Drawing.
the beginning, Leonardo Wilhelm
Talking about
DiCaprio
drawing.
was destined to be a spirited boy. He received his first name after swiftly kicking his mother from her womb as she admired a Leonardo da Vinci painting. Entertain his classmates rather than do his homework.
So what's that?
Yeah,
What's that
I was
about?
sort of the class clown.
Well, I see my pictures there, and it's fun seeing those, and I haven't really got... That's correct.
Hottest, hunkiest teen idol there is.
Yeah, his muscles.
Look, speaking of hunky,
See?
huh?
Yeah. Huh? Knowing what we know now about this guy,
That's Kirk Cameron.
gross and creepy, isn't it? Ugh, it makes my skin crawl. Poor kid. Poor guy, man. Who knows, you know? Whatever. I don't expect people to come out and say stuff, but when you will come out, and you better not be asking for money, there are other people who come out saying, I'll release names of people for $1 million because I need security. Feldman. Sorry. Don't trust him. Don't trust him. And then here you go. Look. Friends. He's friends with all the right people. Okay, so I don't know what else there is to look at for that. But we're going to also get into some other reaction things. I forgot somebody I wanted to list before these two, but we're just going to go on with it anyway. So, oh, right. And I forgot. Okay, so this one's a little long. Okay, this one's, I forgot to mention, is Marty Weiss. He's another one. This happened, you know, in the early night. Also, go watch that movie, An Open Secret, because they really get into this way better than I ever could. They have interviews. They have testimonies of actual victims, and just go watch it. It's really great. Anyway, it's really great to get the news out there is what I mean. Okay, so Marty Weiss was a talent agent since the 1980s and worked with child stars, TV, let me start that over. Was a talent manager since the 80s and worked with child actors. He worked with TV channels like Nickelodeon and Disney and would hire his clients. Weiss's clients were employed by TV shows like Good Luck Chuck, never seen it, iCarly, I have seen it, Jack and Jill, no, The Muppets, of course, and among some of them. When his clients, Evan Henze, I'm not sure how you say his name, again, go watch that movie, made sexually assault allegations, it shocked everyone. He claimed that he started when he was 11. Marty was sexually assaulting him. Evan's parents hired Marty to help him get into the music industry. Evan said Marty started abusing him soon after he began managing him. Marty Weiss repeatedly abused the boy, and for over 3 years, he only stopped when he was no longer his manager. Evan was kept from speaking out by Marty with threats and intimidation. Marty convinced Evan that such acts were normal in the industry. The cops were able to build a case against Marty because Evan taped a conversation between them. Marty suggested that Evan asked him to do it and claimed that Penn State's situation was different because those kids didn't want it. Where I guess Evan did. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. But I don't care what anyone says. That child cannot make the decision, even if they said yes, which I highly doubt any child would because they probably don't know what they're getting into. You know, that's when your childhood really ends, I think, when that starts to happen. So, you know, I don't think anybody ever asked for that. Never. And even if they did say hypothetical, which do not, they don't have that decision. They do not have the right to make that decision yet because their brains are not fully developed to understand the long-term effects of making that decision. Okay, so let me get off that. Anyway, Marty's, okay, and I read that part. And Marty displayed unprofessional behavior like sleepovers at his house, road trips with underage people or children, and with unsupervised clients when the acts took place. I'm sorry, sometimes I write this so fast. All right, Marty pleaded not guilty to 8 counts of lewd acts with a child and sodomy, but in 2012 he was sentenced to prison for molestation. He was able to get a plea deal for a lighter sentence. Go figure. Is that twice now we've heard this? Okay. And in a year, he got a year lighter sentence of a year in jail and 5 years probation. 6 charges were dropped. He was released for good behavior after serving 6 months. 6 months. These guys aren't even doing 2 years for ruining a child's life. It's disgusting. I digress. Anyway, he now is a registered sex offender, and he spoke out against Corey Feldman's allegations, voiced his opinion on Twitter, saying Corey Haim would never grandstand sex abuse for profit, nor would he have thrown innocent names around due to personal vendettas. The fact that Corey Feldman uses me to convince people that Corey Haim was a sex fiend is horrific and exposes both his jealousy of Haim and Corey Feldman's friendship with me. I don't know what happened with Feldman. He says that he was abused, and it is true that he had a bunch of people a bunch of pedophiles around him by the time he was 14 or 15, said he realized, which is still young, you know. So, is still minor and a child, very much. And I do believe that he was molested. Don't get me wrong, but I do not believe everything he says. And I do most definitely do believe that Feldman is profiting off of his friend's death. So Feldman is a con man in my eyes. So go dig more if you don't believe me. Go watch the way he acts towards those Charlie's Angels. And it's just, Corey's Angels. I'm going to make a whole different video on that eventually because it just grinds my gears. All right, so let's move on to the next one now. Oh, yes, and here's for the thing. Oh, yes, this is also another one I forgot with the Brian Peck.
Hey, how are you?
Fast forward. Also, this guy.
She's on our writing staff. We're not related around here. That's where I run my prison group. Yeah, the pink really reduces the rage. That's the think tank that creates all the genius. That's Bruce Helford, the best showrunner in the history of television.
He's so high
Hands
here.
down. This is my bedroom. The plastic's not for protection. We had a little accident. It's Selma. It's my brilliant co-star.
Here, Brian Peck.
Brian, my sometimes brilliant stand-in. We are always hanging on to...
Called sometimes brilliant, right? Brilliant Brian. Is that like a, never mind. All right, so here's the one.
Goes to an actor who has experienced the positive.
Oh, yeah. Feldman! Felddog.
Hi. How y'all doing?
Boo! No, I'm just kidding.
Good. Well, I would like to say thank you for having me here. First of all, I've been waiting for an Academy Award all my life, and I'm glad it's finally here. Thank you.
It's gonna
I'd also like to thank you for the Grammy and the American Music Award at the same time.
No.
I want to say thanks to Maureen Dragoni, who started this organization many, many years ago. I think I was there when she was actually writing the idea for the Youth and Film Award.
I'm just kidding.
I'm joking. I wasn't really there. It was always an honor as a kid to come here and to see all the other kids thanks to Marty Weiss for helping organize it.
Thank you, Marty Weiss. You heard that, right?
Thanks to all of you.
Sorry it took so long to get to that, but that's what he said. Thank you, Marty Weiss. All right, next. Would be... Oh, yes. The big boy. Now we're talking about the big boy, which is Dan Schneider's. Dan Schneider award scene. My childhood has been brought back. Yeah, and how many of these? Oh, yes. Look at all the rallying around him. Mainly all the boys, right? Oh, I guess Ariana's back there. I don't know who that is. I didn't watch these shows. I watched Amanda show. I might have seen a couple of Drake and Josh, sorry. So here's the Amanda show. Oh, never mind, it's not. Here's Dan Schneider. Anyway, we'll zoom in. Now, he's never had any legal things brought up with some of the things, but allegations started coming out right around the time Nickelodeon said they're not going to work with him anymore. So here's what I got for him, because there was no actual lawsuits put in. The list for him shorter, and it says he has a foot fetish. I don't know if that's so much. I mean, I believe he does too, but so does Nickelodeon in itself. Somebody else in the higher up must have one as well, and that's probably what they bonded on. Anyway, Dan Schneider is a TV producer, screenwriter, and actor. He is co-president of a TV production company called Schneider's Bakery, and made What I Like About You for the WB and All That, The Amanda Show, Drake and Josh, Zoe 101, iCarly, Victoria, Sam and Cat, Henry Danger, Game Shakers, and the Avengers of Kid Danger. Oh, and also I heard Kenan and Kel. I did watch Kenan and Kel a lot. I loved that show when I was a kid. That was in All That. Those were like my favorite stuff that I'd watch on Nickelodeon. And I heard he made that show as well. So, apparently some good came out of the bad. I don't know. I feel bad for all these children that had to work with him, because if you had ever heard of or listened to anything Jennette McCurdy says, that I want to read her book. I'm Glad My Mom's Dead. I don't know if you guys have read it, but she comes and talks a lot about Dan, who she calls the creator, I believe. And I don't know. I've heard great things. I'd really like to read it. So if you haven't, maybe check it out. Let me know what you think about it in the comments, or anything you have, any extra info or anything you know, or anything you'd like to add in this video that I maybe even forgot. Throw it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. In March 2018, Nickelodeon announced that they had parted ways with Dan, and he was later accused of misconduct by some of his former employees, which he partly denied. The allegations were verbal abuse, misconduct, a toxic work environment, inappropriate innuendos, hypersexualizing minors he worked with. Dan also has a foot fetish. Rumors say that he's the father of Jamie Lynn Spears. Okay, I don't know of that. I don't know. I do remember when I was younger hearing about Jamie Lynn being pregnant, and I could have swear, man, it said producer got her pregnant, and then it never heard nothing. It just dropped out, and it was her boyfriend, and I swear I heard that, and then it was later a blind item that was supposed to be revealed, and it said that that's what happened. So I don't know. It's all, you know what I mean? Nothing that I do. The only thing you can really say is what's really been on paper, and that's only people have been arrested and stuff. So we really don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so she got pregnant while 16, working while starring on Nickelodeon Zoe 101. Okay, now we're going to go again to, even if we could just check out some of these tweets. Darn it. Let's see. Here we go. Sam Cat Foot really has to be Dan's Warp's idea. They said, you got it, Dan the man in the van. Schneider. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. It's a little creepy. Is he in the white van? Creepy. Alright, little Ariana Grande from Victoria smiles at one of her co-stars' feet, but whose toes is it? See, that's a weird foot thing again. These are all like basically foot tweets. I know, I can't be able to get to that one. Okay, anyway, so let's see some of the stuff that we got with Dan Schneider. I know everybody's kind of really talked about. Okay, so here's the picture of Jamie Lynn Spears' kid, and here's Dan. I mean, the lip thing don't really mean nothing, because look, I could say, look, I had that mark too, you know what I mean? I mean, I don't get that. The thing that looks most like to me is kind of like the eyes and stuff, but you know, I don't know. I can't tell. I didn't see the guy when he was a kid or know him or been around him, but I don't know. You know, it definitely doesn't look like who they said the dad was. So, you know, what was his name? Casey Eldridge. Doesn't look like that guy. I mean, she doesn't look like that guy. So, I don't know. Speculate. Here we go. Here's some of the things that Dan has done that were weird on his show.
Have you ever said something, like a sentence, and thought to yourself, wow, like, I bet nobody else on earth has ever said those exact words that I just said. That happens to me a lot. So now, just for fun, I'm going to say three sentences that I bet not one person has ever said before.
Doubt it.
In the history of mankind. Sentence number one. Oh, man, my uvula got stuck between that hamster's toes. That could never happen because your UV is out.
Weird foot thing again.
It's not possible.
Yeah, just creepy. Alright, and then we got another one. This one. Here you go, your Drake Bell, right? And then what's that? And then again, he does the same. I don't know if he's trying to look at that thing on his nose, but then again, it looks kind of weird. I don't know. And poor Amanda. Look at that thing they made her have. I would be like, I don't know about that, but then again, yeah, look, even he's shaking his head looking at it like, what the heck? Big spitball blaster.
She gets the extra handy dandy.
Alright, now he's creepo because this is Dan filming it, and he zooms in whenever her face goes near that thing, and that's what I have a problem. You know, it's just weird stuff.
How much did it cost? Oh my goodness!
Okay, I missed it, but see, he zooms in. Fucking, I mean, darn creep.
Oh my goodness!
So what are we doing today? What are we doing right now?
There's Dan, the man in the van, right? Creepo. There you go. He wrote this scene of us in this tub. Yeah, I bet he did. Little creep. I mean, little big creep. Anyway. So, and then what do I got next? Oh yeah, here's some more of the creepy foot thing. I can't show it, darn it. And then next we have... Oh wait, I forgot one. And then we have Jennette. Sorry, I think her vines are awesome though. Here we go.
Hey, Dan Schneider. I know you're watching my Vine. Do you like my Vine? Vine. Look what you've done to me.
Okay, see, so, here's some more Dan Schneider moments, and then we're going to move on.
Hat of spoons, and we get... Hat of spoon. A hat of spoon. This is why I'm in Hollywood.
Yeah, eat your cereal, kids.
Did she say nice things about me? Because I will tase her if necessary.
Uh-oh.
I have the taser. We haven't had to use it in a long time. But
I said lots of nice things.
So I said nice things about you, too.
Oh. Because you never know what you're doing. You don't.
This guy came on the show and called everyone a bunch of hobknockers.
I swear you're all just a bunch of hobknockers.
Hobknockers?
Again, touching a feet thing.
Sometimes I wonder if you can get juice from a potato.
Here we go. Here's some more weird stuff. Some more foot stuff. Weird hot tub
So
scene.
which one of us is the flattest?
And stop giggling.
Here's where he comes and be's a weirdo to her.
What did the young shrimp say when his mom asked him why he wouldn't share any of his toys?
Oh, no. No, that sounded like this. It sounded like, okay, what did the young shrimp say when his mom said he wouldn't share any of
Yeah.
his toys? Try it again, but more cat-like.
Yeah, and here's gross. Everyone wonders why Ariana's behavior is weird and why she wasn't like, ew, get away from me. I think it's because, same thing with me. When I get really uncomfortable, I laugh to, like, I don't know why. Sometimes I just laugh. I like even being tickled and I hate it and it pisses me off. I will laugh uncontrollably just because I don't know why. Like, I do, so. What was up with that?
Sorry.
Okay, I don't know what that was about. So anyway, let's on to our last one because I'm running into a lot of time right here. So let's go. Jared Drake Bell is an actor, singer, songwriter, and musician. All the age of 5. Oh, okay. I must have messed up again. Anyway, so he was about 5 years old when he got on Home Improvement. He appeared on that. It was his first TV appearance. Drake is best known for his starring roles on Nickelodeon's The Amanda Show. Like we just saw, he was on The Amanda Show. Here we go. Okay, well, he was on that. You saw in clips, we know. Anyway, or you've seen the show. Drake and Josh, and June 4th, 2021, Bell was arrested in Cleveland, Ohio on charges relating to attempted endangering of children and disseminating matter harmful to juveniles. A public information officer with the, I don't even know how to, Cuyahoga County, I don't even know how you say it, I'm not trying. Prosecutor's office said that the 15-year-old victim, who had established a relationship with Bell several years prior, attended his concert in December 2017. While there, Bell violated his duty of care, and doing so created a risk of harm to the victim. Cleveland police also found that Bell had sent the mere inappropriate social media messages for months leading up to the concert. Bell was guilty and was freed on $2,500 personal bond and was ordered to provide DNA sample. He agreed to have no contact with the accuser in the case, and a pre-trial hearing scheduled for June 23rd, which Bell was born on the 27th of June. I am actually 3 days older than him. On June 23rd, day before my birthday, Bell pleaded guilty on both charges. On July 12th, 2019, Bell's accuser, then 19, made a public appearance and statement accusing him of sexually assaulting her while she was underage. In addition to the endangerment charges, Bell was sentenced to 2 years of probation and 200 hours of community service, which he may complete in California. He also is not allowed to have any contact with his victim. Several months later, Bell posted on his own account of what happened on TikTok, claiming that he had no prior knowledge of the girl's true age during their conversations, for the most part, ending all ties with her upon learning the truth. He went on to say that the girl had henceforth stalked him from one concert to another, which led to his arrest. Also, in August 2020, his former girlfriend, Melissa Langfeld, I don't know, I'm not trying to kill the name, but Melissa, we'll call her, accused him of verbally and physically abusing her during their 3-year relationship in the late 2000s. Bell has denied the allegations. In July 2021, Bell revealed that he was been married since 2018 and has a son. Wow, well, what's that say? It says that it must be an open relationship. Anyway, and then we're going to get into, did I already read about Marty? Yes, I did. Okay, and that was all of them. And then next I'm going to do a video, I don't know, I guess I'm going to see how this goes. And I'm sorry I have not been able to make it on being able to produce more videos. I'm sorry this month I kind of got behind. Got 2 small children and it's really hard to even have a hobby outside of that. Okay, also I want to show one more clip before we go. This is Amanda Bynes in 99, right? And she's on the Howie Mandel show.
An artist. I know that you're an actress. I didn't know.
Okay, and she is really wound up here, and she says that they used to make her take Adderall and stuff when she was younger because of her weight problem, which I find funny because I always remember her being really tall and thin growing up. I'm like, what weight problem? It wasn't until she was like later that she really got, and I wouldn't even say she was heavy at all. She just, you know, got thicker, but she looked good. She still looked great. Where's that? My mouse didn't work. Hold on a minute here. We'll get to this. I think Howie Mandel's a creepy guy too. Oh, my mouse stopped working. Oh, here we go.
Pretty sad.
No, it's not. It's great to have a dream. You're really...
I'm licensed probably for 8. My mom would let her, I think my mom would let her date, so I'll have to meet him before they get married.
Right.
You know, break them apart. And, oh yeah, this chair is kind of an article that, you know, kids could do a comedy camp at the Laugh Factory.
Right.
So it was like for 6 weeks or something, you know, like Arsenio Hall came on and he would like critique your act.
Right.
And Richard Pryor came on.
Wow.
So that was really cool. He was so neat. It was so cool. I was like, wow, it was so neat to meet him, you know. And then a few other people.
Yeah, and you see him? He makes his face where he's looking back behind, and he's just, I don't know.
Right.
Yes. And oh yeah, this chair is kind of. Yeah.
See how he's looking back there at somebody?
And there was like a graduation night, and that's where the producers of the show, like Brian Robbins and Dan Schneider, came on the show, and they saw me there.
And that was it. You just got discovered right off of the comedy camp.
Yeah. So that was
Your dad
cool.
in show business? You say he knows that?
No, well, he likes to do comedy, and so, you know, I've always liked doing comedy, so, you know, he would.
What does he do for a living?
He's a dentist.
Oh.
All right, anyway, pray for all these people, please. Anyway, that's all we got today, and I'm going to see you here as soon as I can. I'm going to work on the next one. I've been working on it. I'm going to talk about, you know, some people in Hollywood. Maybe I'll try to float in Disney. Disney's already been done. Nickelodeon's already, I mean, people have already done videos about this, and which is good because, you know, more people getting on it, more people will see it, and, you know, it's out there more. Anyway, so I never think of the right word to say. So I'm going to try to do one, you know, whatever. Unless you don't want to see this, then we could go into other things. Also, if you want to look for somebody who does do great content like this, I will I'll try to link as much as I can of these videos down in the comments section, or down in my description, sorry. So you guys can look, and I'll link the movie. That's your homework. So check that out. An Open Secret. Check it out, please. Thank you. And I guess I'm going to end this video, and I will check you guys out later. All right. Thank you for watching, and I'm sorry if I ramble. I'm so sorry. All right. Thank you, and goodbye.